like to leave before we get on to the next business, but you're welcome to stay. Thank you.
Today you have called legislative address. This petition was a lesson in savagery. I'll tell you what a lesson in savagery is, what all these people suffer continually from this council with you as a leader. We have had to suffer recognise your authority in this house. On the Joint Transportation Board, your column, which has a remit for public safety. How shameful is that? You say you do not operate a chair in the transport, yet you withdrew it.
Government by those that shout the loudest.
Because you kicked off Simon Cook from the executive. Why? Because you were scared he was going to stand against you for the leadership. What we have here, the council's stooge, who actually explained to the Daily Mail why this council was going to charge Winston residents to cross a council car park in order to access their homes.
Build a bonfire, put the Tories on the top. Tories in the middle, put UKIP in the middle.
Remember this night, it should be burned on your memories, on your souls. God rest you all, you cowards.
All these people don't want you and you're laughing! You think it's funny?
These are the public, these are the people that vote you in or out every time. And you think it's going to...
It won't be hilarious when you go to election day.
I'm not standing again, so...
Oh, well there's a surprise, running away from it.
That's a very bad attitude, isn't it? 22 years, doing my best for the city.
Doing your best for the city.
And that's long enough, yeah.
That's the hilarious.
It would do good to remember there was actually a majority in favour of the scheme, or the scheme with amendments. You're in the minority. Remember, you're in the minority.
Why are you laughing at a whole load of the public here shouting for the resignation of the executive? Why are you laughing?
Because this is a council meeting and you're not allowed to speak at a council meeting.
So
it's quite simple.
only councillors are allowed to speak at the...
Yes, apart from the petition.
And you have to have 3,000...
Apart from the
The only thing that's
the petition.
undemocratic there, you have to need 3,000 signatures on the petition to get a voice. A member of the public needs a voice.
At the council meeting, yes, but remember...
And then even that's not listened to.
But everything that goes to the council meeting has already been to the executive or another committee, and then any member of the public can come along and speak for their 3 minutes on that subject. And this particular subject, on the case of the Westgate Towers scheme, has been discussed very many times. I think on one occasion we had 40 speakers here to speak against it. So everyone's had plenty of opportunity to speak.
You said there's committee meetings, but it seems to be like it's all done by executive. The committees don't have any say at all. What do you say to that?
No, the committees that exist in terms of planning and licensing and so forth make their own decisions in the right way.
And are they listened to?
Of course they are. They make decisions. They make
their own decisions.
They don't come to the council or they don't come to the executive for approval. Planning decisions and licensing commission are made by those committees, and that's the end of it. They are resolved matters by those committees.
Okay then.
Most issues that come to the executive then come on to the council for approval, either as specific items, which you can see on the agenda tonight, or in the executive minutes.
Don't you think the executive is undemocratic though?
No, I don't. I've worked under both the executive committee and also the committee system in my former days on the council, and I've worked in the executive system in opposition as well as in the administration. And to my mind, it actually is more efficient. It works better. The decision making is quicker. The quality of the decisions is better.
Yeah, but it may be more efficient for the top people at the top, but it's not particularly efficient for the people at the bottom, you know, like the people, for instance, is it? You can't say that's efficient, can you?
Well, yes, I can. Yeah. I think overall the system works much better.
You would vote for a system that works much better?
Absolutely. The current system works much better than the old committee system, because what you need to remember, and you probably don't remember what actually happened under the old committee system, what actually happened under the old committee system was that most major decisions that were taken by committees, if they involved finance and everything else, went to the Finance and General Purposes Committee and then went on to the Executive. They went on to the Policy Committee rather, and the Policy Committee consisted of the chairman and the vice chairman of all the committees and was more or less an informal executive. So in fact the systems were very similar in terms of taking the ultimate decisions. Because committees were actually very restricted in terms of what they could actually debate and what they could decide. All the major decisions actually came to the Policy Committee.
Well,
So
they were
in
more
that case,
democratic,
the systems were
weren't
very similar.
than having a load of lackeys around you, don't you think?
It's not that question of being lackeys at all.
Were you a lackey?
No, I'm not a lackey.
Well, I'm not a
I've never
lackey.
been-
I don't know
never
why
been a lackey.
this idea of lackeys comes from.
Well,
I have my own
Councillor
views and
Gilbey gives the impression that
I would
he's
like to
surrounded
have the
by
opportunity
lackeys.
to like to have put them forward, but
I
time
think-
prevented it.
He makes like the guy in the Vicar of Dibley look like termite.
I think sadly, and this is personal experience, I don't really think many people in here actually fully understand the work I do as being a member of the executive and how many hours I put into it, not just dealing with portfolio work, but also constituency work, not just my constituency, but all over the district. The number of hours I've worked out, but if I was paid with the allowance, I earn about 40p an hour, based on the amount of work, 40p an hour.
Well, you look very well for it.
Sorry?
Look very well for it.
And I also look very well because I'm on medication for multiple sclerosis. And I was retired from health grounds 10 years ago. And I've decided to actually try and do something which I believe is right.
Well, what part of Canterbury do you represent then?
I don't. I represent part of the district, Herne Bay. But I'm dealing with people in Canterbury and with all the villages. And I'm more than happy for people to contact me. In fact, most councillors are happy for their constituents to contact, and that's what we're here for. We're here to represent the people who've elected us.
All the time I've lived in Whitstable, I've never come across councillor giving time to...
Have you contacted your councillors?
Well, why should I? I mean, they're all
Because that's what they're
Tories.
supposed to know. But they're here to help you, whether you vote for them or not.
They don't help though. They go with Gilbey.
Okay, I think what you find is I've done
It's
work.
not democratic, is
It
it?
is.
I mean,
If you've, what problems have you got? What do you need? What are your issues? Your personal issues?
my personal is more equality in society rather than a hierarchical system where people throw down battens from above.
Because the meeting's about to start again. If you go and take a seat.
It's just a lack of democracy that exists here, and you know, and it's the first time I think this place has seen so many people come turning out, and it's not just the issue of the traffic system. It's also to do with what's happening in Canterbury City Council's jurisdiction, Whitstable, where they're trying to charge pensioners who own beach huts, who currently pay £180, a rise of 350% up to. I'm sorry? It does indeed live on, yes. Yeah. Yeah, and there was no surprise there, but yes, at this point it lives on. But we're not going to go away. We're going to keep fighting this on all fronts.
There is no democracy down here.
Sorry, I'm just blinding everyone. I do apologise.
It's just very disappointing because as the Tories have a complete stranglehold on the whole area, and as a resident of Whitstable, I don't feel that I'm in a democratic process whatsoever. I've been to the Whitstable area members panel, and I've seen our councillors voted by us treated with contempt by the local Tory councillors. I mean, I have never seen such rudeness in my life.
Disappointing, hugely disappointing, but great to see a crowd supporting. I'm sure, you know, many more people probably would have come if they could, but hugely disappointing to see the outcome. Was hoping for something much more positive in terms of the changing of the system and the elected members being asked to leave. I was hoping for that, but so disappointed.
Thank you for your time. Thanks, guys.
There's a travesty, really. I think what we saw tonight happening in Canterbury is it's exactly the same thing that's happening in the country as a whole. What we're seeing is the council is obsessed with its own power, not considering the views of its people, just basically roughshotting over everybody's views, not listening to what people had to say. And you can see very clearly everybody that stood up tonight, they felt very strongly about what they saw and about what they were hearing from the council. And we're going to need to see some changes. We have to see some changes, otherwise this is not going to go away for this council. It's going to carry on and on.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Much appreciated.
Thanks for coming.
Because effectively people are silenced in this constituency. We were only allowed 3 minutes speech by one speaker, the petitioner. 3,500 people signed that petition, and ultimately what we saw here is what we're fighting. Ultimate power, stranglehold of power by a council leader with an executive system, a system that is populated by yes men and women. And what people here tonight wanted was greater democracy, and I felt at that moment when I spoke out, I was speaking out for everyone who was unable to have a voice within this chamber. No, not at all. Thank you so much for coming out on a cold night and documenting this.